I'm gonna hit you so hard you won't see nothing. Ever, 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 ever.
Audio Skulls all day.
The Mad Scientist Lab.
There are only two people that can bring you the excellent news coverage across the world.
Jesus Christ, get to the point.
Yeah, and the point, folks, is this is the 203rd. Oh my God, yes, 203 episodes of this here Mad Scientist Lab podcast. As I run out of breath, as always, it is I, RJ the Pizza Guy.
That means he's talking too much.
Along with Jared, the visual mad scientist. What's new, folks? There's that famous thumb of his, and we are here bringing you just a lot of greatness and just here to inform you that we're not going anywhere. So here we are and stuff, and I've got my glass of cherry Coke, just cherry Coke, because it is the superior Coke, okay? I got it on the rocks, Jared, I'm not going to lie. It's, I feel exquisite when I drink it. It's almost like my...
You feel exquisite when you drink fucking soda.
Out of this type of glass with ice in it? Yes, I do.
Do whatever floats your boat.
I mean, it doesn't really float a boat.
You old Shirley Temple drinking ass.
Absolutely not. You know what's crazy? I don't think I've actually ever had a Shirley Temple.
Because you've never lived on the wild side.
I did a lot of crazy shit, but last week, as I told very boring stories about my life, Jared could be slightly correct, folks. You know, last week when I got kicked by a fucking unicorn and all this other stuff.
Kicked by a unicorn?
Yeah, just because I was so slow last week.
Oh, yeah, you were fucking nowhere.
Oh, dude, I was nowhere, all right, I'll tell you.
That's the problem.
If it makes you feel any better, Jared.
No, it doesn't, but go ahead.
Okay, so it doesn't, folks. It doesn't. So after the show last week, you know, you and Dan, thank you again for coming over. You know, I was like, hey, I'm going to send you the description. I went up to my room. I was still in slow motion, as they like to say. And I pulled out my phone. I recently turned my phone, I guess, lock screen off completely because I had it set for like 20 seconds. And it just keeps locking every time I put it down. So I opened it up. I typed it out. And I was like, all right, just let me think about it. And then about 4 hours went by, Jared, and it didn't feel like 4 hours. I was like, I should probably send this to Jared, and I did. Okay. But what I was going to say is you are correct in the fact that I was kind of slow last week, got online, said, hey, guys, you know, it was Ali Ice's birthday, so I wanted to spend some quality time with Ali Ice, if that's
spend some quality time. He could have came into the fucking chat.
No, he said... He said something, but
he
you
didn't
ignored
say
it.
nothing.
Are you sure?
Or maybe I didn't see it because it was a lot of people last week.
I did say that. He said.
Speaking of that, what up, Epic? What up, Lana?
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome. No, but I said, hey, man, did you say anything in the chat? Because I mean, it's your birthday. I said I gave you a nice birthday shout out.
Go back and look at the chat logs.
But he was like, no, Jared, just ignore me like he always does. But then he was being overly dramatic, which he typically is all the time.
I didn't see anything that he said in there. And if he did, then I missed it because the shit was scrolling. I don't ignore him.
It was business. Yeah, he was just talking shit at that point. So played some video games with Ali. I sent you the description, laid down, woke up, and went about my week. And I just wanted to say I kind of agree with you because even when I was playing last week, I was just comfortable, relaxed, zoned out, thought I was in Utah, and I'm not. But the point is that, Jared, I want to admit to you and to everybody here of the Mad Scientist Lab, the lab rats, as we like to call you. Do you guys even like that? Let us know.
They don't have a choice.
Yeah, fuck you.
It's our decision.
Yeah. You're the lab rats. So anyway, and say it proudly. What I was going to say is that you were correct.
That'll be the T-shirt. I'm going to make that T-shirt. Proud lab rat.
Yeah, dude, that's fucking sick.
Of the Mad Scientist Lab.
Yeah, there we go. Why didn't we think of this before? Anyway, you know, we just come up with magic. We pull it out of our ass. It's like a magician, only with your butt.
You may pull it out of your ass, but I pull it out of my head.
Yeah, well, Jared is also right about that.
The one on my shoulders, not the other one that you fucking weirdos are probably thinking about.
Dude, I do remember. Dude, there's nothing like a good, like, inappropriate joke. You know what I mean? It depends on the severity of it.
You just fucking try to make me feel like shit for one that I made before we got on there.
That one, I didn't feel bad about it. I don't care.
No. You did. It's not that you felt bad about it. It's that you're saying, "Oh, that's wrong. You can't say things like that." I was like, "Shut the fuck up."
Now,
go dry your pussy off.
Well, it's very dry. There's nothing that excites me anymore.
What up, did you pray?
But you were right last week. I was not firing on all cylinders. You know.
Bro, motherfuckers who barely have been watching this show noticed it last week.
No, and you know what's crazy?
Oh, that's where the pony thing. No, it said you got kicked in the head by a pony, not a unicorn.
I thought it was a unicorn, not a pony.
Well, unicorns don't exist, so like
we don't know that.
that would have made it. We do know that.
If you folks have anybody that knows that if they've seen a unicorn, please let us know in the comments below. It's important. We have to know. It's very vitally important. But you know what else is important, Jared?
What?
Video games.
Oh, here we go.
So I didn't know this.
Automatically in the shit.
No, not at all. So I didn't.
No, I
know.
didn't say it. I wasn't saying it in a bad thing. Just keep going. You're fucking looking like a cokehead with your coke in your fucking glass.
It's cherry.
Keep going.
Folks.
Keep going.
So, in a couple weeks, we are in the fall season, big gaming season for everybody. But it's also big for a lot of regularly annual fall games, sports games, Madden, 2K. Another thing that doesn't fall under a sports category but is widely popular every year is Call of Duty. And Modern Warfare 3, yes, is already coming out this year.
Yeah, we talked about that a while ago, but
What I wanted to say is,
as a matter of fact, I'm watching the fights and they have the fucking logo on the mat.
on the mat, awesome.
Yeah.
So it's Call of Duty season, folks, and I don't play as avidly as I used to, but I am pretty excited about this one. The reason I brought it up is because earlier today, Greg, who has not been seen in about 5 eons,
I saw him. I think it was game 1 of the Orioles at Tortuga Verde.
oh, that's
He
awesome.
went to the game. I didn't go to the game, but he went to the game. They lost, and he was like, he wanted me to go to the game the next day, but I was like, I'm not gonna be able to go, because that's all the way in Baltimore. And,
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of either one of those teams, but they ended up losing, didn't they?
Yeah, no, they
All the teams that had the best record in fucking
top
baseball,
top five,
all
teams.
gone.
That just goes to show you, folks, with any sport in general,
It's mostly baseball. A lot baseball. If just because you have the best record, don't mean you got the fucking what you need to pull it out when the playoffs come around.
Yeah, and I know that we do not talk about Bryce Harper on the show for a lot of reasons.
Well, actually, I didn't get into it, but I was talking to a couple streamers like this week.
Yeah.
Not to cut you off, but one of the guys is from Philly, and he was in this other person's chat, and they were talking about baseball. And I was there, and he brought up Bryce Harper, but this guy is from Philly. He's a Philly. He was like,
my
"Oh,
God.
he embodies what Philly is, and he talks to blah blah blah." I'm like, first of all, that motherfucker don't care about that fucking city. He just like he fucking act like he cared about here, but he was a fucking Cowboys fan. He just in there for the paycheck and to fucking do his fucking whatever. I never liked Bryce Harper, and then this dude, when I said that, this dude chose to come at me talking about, I bet you had a 34 jersey when he was there. I was like, no, I never had a fucking jersey from him because I never liked the guy, and then that was the end of the story.
But I will say, dude, I know we don't talk about him, but he has been the last two games he's played, he's just been red fucking hot, and yeah, I just had to throw that out there. Since you were talking about the O's, it just made me think of Bryce Harper's
that's the
performance.
Thing. That's the thing with baseball. Like, matter of fact, perfect example. The year the Nats won, where they fucking had the most horrendous record. They were like 19-32 or something at the
just
beginning
really
of the season.
Yeah, really bad.
And then they kicked it on at the perfect time. They started winning games, winning series, and then got hot throughout the playoffs. And that was the final. After all those years of disappointment and losing to the Dodgers and whoever else,
Yeah.
they finally fucking got it. And what a great time it was.
Yeah, man, what a great time to be a DC sports fan, I'll tell you. And then the Caps winning the year prior.
Yeah,
I
just
mean,
the year before.
so we got spoiled, and that'll probably never happen in Unicision again. Sorry.
Yeah, you don't got to just talk because your voice carries.
It does, because I am a man. Anyway, no, but the reason I brought that up is because Greg actually sent me a video from his YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure he's talked about it before in the past, but I completely forgot
I
about
mean
it.
the one that got all the views?
Yeah, he sent me.
Yeah, we looked at that a little while ago. I think we had it on here. Or maybe.
We probably did, and that's not a knock to Greg at all. But he sent me this Modern Warfare 2 clip because he still plays pretty regularly, and he probably had a good, I think, 20-minute video of just him whooping ass. And
oh, you're talking about that? Never mind. I thought we were.
no,
talking
and
about
I was just kind of, I was like, dude, is this you? And he was like,
he plays
yeah.
it every day.
Yeah, I know he plays every day, but I feel like I wasn't aware of his YouTube channel, like, for some reason.
Well, I know he had been planning on like doing a podcast or whatever. I didn't know he actually started. I don't know if he's streaming or he's just putting it on YouTube.
I would think he's just putting it on YouTube.
Oh.
Well, if you put it this way, if he does stream, I feel like I would know because he's typically online at night when I am.
Okay.
And you get a notification if one of your friends starts a stream or
Really?
yeah.
Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Is that how, ladies and gentlemen? Please tell me you all knew that. Like when someone streams on Twitch, that you get a notification on your phone. I didn't know this.
Yeah, it's
This is the first time I've ever fucking heard this in my entire fucking life.
2023, folks. We're changing the game, literally.
This fucking guy.
No, but it was a really cool clip. And then there's he's got a clip of him running around with looks like a nightstick. And he's just beating the shit out of people, doing really well. And then he goes into this death animation, and his character is Spawn, okay, from the comic books. And
Spawn from the comic books.
yeah, for
Okay.
those of you who don't know who Spawn is.
Check.
All right.
Another thing I didn't know. Go ahead.
Yeah, you know, you got to keep it eloquent around here, especially when you got cherry Coke in a glass like this.
Yeah, something like that.
No, but it was just real badass, and I was like, because I haven't played it in a couple months, and I said, hey, is he like a newer character? And he said, yeah, they just put him out not too long ago, but I was watching his clips, and he was just whooping ass, and I was just very highly, I was like, go Greg.
It's not a skin or anything?
No, yeah, well, it's a skin for your character, yeah.
So it's Fortnite.
It's still a badass skin. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, dude. Do I agree with them adding Nicki Minaj and Snoop Dogg and all these people? I think it's kind of a little much for Call of Duty. Fortnite, I don't care.
And stop calling it Call of Duty. It's fucking Warzone. Call of Duty
Modern Warfare
is different than Warzone.
Oh, no, Greg was playing,
Warzone, I know. Huh?
Greg was playing Call of Duty.
He was playing Warzone.
No, he's playing Call of Duty. I have the clips. I can show it to you.
Oh,
He's
okay.
playing regular multiplayer.
Okay.
I don't know if Greg even really plays Warzone like that, to be honest with you.
I don't know. I'm just saying Warzone is basically Fortnite, though.
Fortnite.
Fortnite with modern guns.
What I was going to say is...
realistic guns, I should say.
Yeah, no, but it's a really badass skin, so I just had to throw that out there. If you still currently play MW2, are you excited about MW3? Because I know I am, because I got a lot of cool things that are reverting back to kind of different.
You are saying something different than what you said a few weeks ago.
No. What I feel like, one of the reasons, I feel like over the last several years, Call of Duty has kind of lost its identity, if that makes any sense.
No, I think they're putting out too many Call of Duties.
Oh, yeah, well, that
the
I can
campaign's
100%.
going to be ass. I guarantee it. Like, the last campaign was cool. I guarantee this one's going to be ass. It's going to be short. It's going to be ass.
Now, short, I could see that happening. No, the Infinity Ward is my favorite of the I guess groups that does do
Same here, mine too.
So I think the campaign will be great. Will it be short? Probably. Some of them are.
Well, then it's not going to be fun.
Well, I'm gonna have fun.
Because they did that with I think it was one of the Black Ops. The campaign was like fucking half-hour worth of gameplay, and I'm like, the fuck is this shit?
No, I know that. So Black Ops 4 actually didn't have a campaign. So it might have been 3.
I said 2.
Oh, you said one of them. So I'm thinking if it's 2 or 3.
I think it was 2.
But what I was gonna say is,
which is arguably the best of all of them.
it is who you ask. Me personally, I still think the original Modern Warfare or 2.
When the wall run bullshit come out?
That came out in Black Ops 3.
Okay, yeah. Like I said, 2 was the best one.
So, well, they did kind of stray away from what worked for so long. Again, since it is unfortunately, and I don't agree with it, an annual release at this point. You know, I know they try to spice things up, do things different.
Plus, I've seen some of the gameplay from the campaign. What was it? I think maybe the one that I sent you, but it was like GameCon or something.
Yeah.
And I was watching. I'm like, this looks like every other fucking campaign.
Well, they do kind of, in that reference, get stale. And when I say I feel like Call of Duty's lost its identity, I feel that from after, because I actually like Black Ops 3. I feel like after that point, there was Advanced Warfare with the techno jumping and yeah, and it just kind of fizzled out. They had just
that's why they had to bring back Modern Warfare.
Yeah, and which I feel is a step in the right direction. But some of the game mechanics are much better. They're more modern, but it's like little things to me that kind of hinder it from being Call of Duty's.
I agree
core.
with you, Epic. Like I just think it's oversaturated. And they all they're doing is, and I get it, they're a business, but all they're doing is just trying to squeeze as much out of that lemon that they can get.
Oh,
out
I know,
of it.
and I know this as not only a fan of Call of Duty, but just games in general. I mean, we all know it, and we still buy.
I beg to differ though, because there's been games, especially this year, that have come out that clearly they took their time on. I haven't played it yet, and I think I want to, but I heard it's really long, and I don't know if I have the patience to play it. But Baldur's Gate 3
Yes,
is supposed to be in contention for Game of the Year.
it's supposed to be phenomenal from what I've read.
And I've seen it. I've watched other streamers playing it. I'm like, oh, this shit looks fucking fun. And I don't even play that type of game. You know what I'm saying? It looks better than Diablo. It looks better
Probably
than fucking. It's night and day in my opinion.
No, and again, the biggest problem with Diablo, man, honestly, is the in-game content. The campaign was a lot of fun. The characters are cool, and then what really hindered
I thought
it.
they were supposed to be adding a bunch of stuff.
They are actually. It's coming this Tuesday. Season
Okay.
2. They're putting a massive amount of stuff into it. So
This goes back to what I'm saying. Instead of trying to rush a game out, take your time with it. People will be there if you fucking take your time and fucking create a game that is good. People will fucking enjoy it and they'll pay for it, and they'll be like, you know what, it's worth me paying this because I know they put the time and the effort into this game, instead of just fucking keep throwing out, here, pay $70, here, pay $70, here, pay $70. Oh, and buy all this other shit on top of it.
Yeah, no, the whole season package DLC market, it's not going anywhere, unfortunately. But
I don't believe that.
you don't think so?
I mean, there will still be games that are like that, but
Yeah.
I think what's happening is we're seeing a place where the people who are taking their time and actually trying to make a good game are the ones that are going to be like, they're going to get the accolades and the awards. And you know what I'm saying? The consumer's going to reward them for their hard work, as opposed to the consumers rewarding them just fucking for throwing out a bunch of shit.
Oh, no, 100%. I agree with that 100%. I will take one main, and we can always use Red Dead Redemption 2 as an example.
Exactly. Or GTA.
Yeah, we can take that, and I will put the online portion stuff aside as somebody who is still a huge fan of single-player games, especially really, really good ones like these. That alone, I'm sold. I don't need anything else. Yeah, you want more, but did they do their job? Yes, they delivered tenfold, and you can't really ask for much more when you have stuff like that. So yes, you can do your due diligence as a fan, and if you hit that vote button, yes, that is the best game. Oh, you want me to buy the 18th iteration of Call of Duty for $120 with the next 6 seasons of paid DLC content,
and a fucking cheap ass T-shirt or whatever else they might throw in there.
I won't lie to you. I do have a Modern Warfare 3, the original Modern Warfare 3 hat with the Call of Duty Elite symbol on it.
I have a. Didn't I have a T-shirt? Was it 3 or 2 that I had?
If it was one of the
gray, it was a gray one.
You might have one of the more recent. Is it one of the recent ones?
No, it was the one. I think it was the same one. I don't remember.
Dude, well, this
it was.
hat,
I just liked it because the character on there, he had like a AR-15. He's standing there. And it looked like some shit that I would have got when I was in the Marine Corps. So that's why I was rocking with it.
No, but I actually still have my Modern Warfare 3 launch night. I was talking about midnight releases last week.
But I got mine at Walmart. I didn't get it at fucking.
Yeah, it was like a giveaway at the
No,
launch.
I got it through Walmart. So it might have been Warfare. I don't know, one of those fucking Call of Duty games.
So many we don't know.
But anyway, yeah, exactly. That's that. We're proving our own point right now.
No, but I do have it hanging on my wall in my room just as like a wall decoration.
Yeah.
Just because I'm Call of Duty Elite.
Well, I was gonna say because that was closest thing you know how to fucking decorate in anything. But yeah,
Dude, I'm at.
this motherfucker has one
bet
Joker poster on his wall and a fucking Call of Duty hat from 1982 hanging.
I
on
also have my Papa John's visor.
Okay, that's not a decoration. That needs to be burned.
That is a badge of honor, sir.
I thought that was hung on the fucking the door of Lucky's.
That was my original hat. So in my, I'm going to tell a brief story about my visor. That's it, and we'll move on.
God, here we go.
So I've had a couple throughout, my time as the pizza man. The very first one that I actually gave away, I actually left it as in memoriam for our good friend Jeffrey Aguilar, who is no longer with us. So I left that one there for that.
That's what
wonderful
memoriam means, but
Yeah. So I got a new one. I had it for a long time, and there's a couple that used to visit our old watering hole, Lucky's, all the time. I used to see them pretty regularly, and they're actually avid hat in visor collectors, just headwear, so to speak.
Yep.
And they asked me one night, and they said, "Hey, RJ, can we have your visor?" And I was like, "Why?" And they were like, "Well, we want to add it to our collection." I was like, "Yeah, sure." I thought it was pretty badass.
Did they wash it before?
I'm sure they did.
Okay.
And
That
I think
thing-
at the time,
that thing went through some
rough times. I know, man. Don't worry.
This motherfucker. Hey, y'all. For y'all who don't know RJ from back in the day, this motherfucker will wear that visor 24/7. And this is no lie. That's why he didn't say anything, because he knows it's the truth.
It's I have no shame when it comes to that. I was who I was. I am who I am. I am legend. Anyway, so I got another one, and the third one is the one that I left on the door of Lucky's when they unfortunately closed and left us out here in the real world, which is awful. Why? And then the very last one I got after that, that is the one that is currently hanging on my wall.
Okay.
All right. So that is a brief story on the history of RJ's visors. And
That
now back to
was-
our regular scheduled program.
The worst story I've ever heard.
Well, I just wanted, it's good to give little details. It makes people
No,
think.
no, okay. No. See, here's the thing, what you got to understand about telling stories. Like, the details, learn how to tell the story without having to add every single detail that you remember, because nobody else is going to see or know exactly the same thing you're seeing.
It made me happy. But regardless, happiness is futile.
Yeah, exactly. Visors.
Yeah, no. It,
Yeah, Epic, we know you knew him before fucking the visors. That doesn't make it any better.
Dude, actually, our good friend Epic was working at a Papa John's when I met him as a delivery
Yeah, but
driver.
he don't talk about it 24/7 till still fucking 8 years later.
Yeah, because he hunts fucking bears in the woods like a real man and cuts their legs off and then eats them
Oh, I'll agree with that. So
and then
hold
shits
on.
in the woods.
So you're admitting you're not a real man.
I am a real man, damn it. All right. So, as I continue to drink on my drink.
He said I'm a real boy.
Well, yeah. I'm a real boy. No. So anyway,
That's not the movie I was going for.
no, but I do I do understand but regardless, but I was Call of Duty Elite for a while. It's badass. I like it.
Exactly, Londa. See, Londa gets it.
What?
He says when you're telling your story, it's like telling someone you're going to the supermarket and then telling them what color the curb is.
My supermarket doesn't have curbs.
Precisely the point.
Yeah, there you go.
It does have curbs.
I know it has curbs. It's a joke. We're not a joke, but it's just a play on what you were trying to do to me.
What
'Cause
was,
I'm
I trying,
doing
what was I trying to do to you?
Just trying to make me look dumb, Jared.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, yes, you are. That's
I'm
reverse
trying to make
psychology.
I'm trying to make you make yourself look dumb.
I am not falling for this shit. So we're going to talk about things that make other people happy. All right.
That's what makes me happy.
Yeah, well, fuck you. That's all I got to say about this.
Look, I figured out I have to lean into like if I'm angry, I'm angry. I got to lean into that for my comedy fucking whatever you want to call it. And if I fucking just feel like being a mean asshole, I'm gonna do that
You're
too.
a fucking douche, Jared.
Because that's what I do. Like, it is what it is.
So, what I was going to say is, what do you guys in the chat think about, how do you guys feel about DLC as a whole? Are you guys okay with knowing if DLC, if you buy it all in one bundle at the beginning of when you purchase a game, like, hey, instead of paying $70, we'll charge you $100, but we have 4 DLC packs coming out? Or would you prefer, like me, for DLC to be free to the consumer? I mean, I don't know anybody who really likes paying for things.
I don't want DLC. That's me personally.
Okay.
I want you to develop a game get rid of the bugs, test it before you release it, just because your marketing department says, and I get it for maybe bigger companies because the bottom line for them is just the money.
Yeah.
But I guess that's why independents or smaller gaming companies smaller studios are probably coming up and doing better now, because they don't have anybody telling them, hey, this is going to be the release date. Like, no, the release date is when the game is done, and then we have time to prepare for the marketing. And like, the game is done, we've tested it, it's ready to go. All right, this is the date. 2 months from now, we're going to set it out. And then they start marketing, blah, blah, blah.
Do you know what a very good example of this process is? And it's
Don't say Starfield.
no, not at all. I actually haven't even played that yet.
Bro, I'm hearing bad things.
I'm
seeing bad things too.
I see a lot of mixed stuff on it, honestly.
I'm talking about the physics. The physics is woo.
Oh no, the physics. Well, I just meant in terms of the game in general. But a game that came out earlier this year, I would say in May, which can't believe it's October already, was Redfall. A game that was marketed very heavily, for the Series X, for Xbox. Been in development for a couple years. People get excited for it. When I saw the original trailer, hey, that looks pretty cool. And then the game comes out, and it is absolutely unfinished and god fucking awful. And they're like,
yeah,
oh,
you were fucking all about that game too. You were
Oh,
like,
no.
I can't wait to play Redfall.
No, I was excited. I was genuinely excited for it. I was, because it's something new. It's something different. Vampire Hunters, who go figure in games. But just something, and I'm not talking about something I would want to play every day, but something new and fresh until this time of year kind of arrives, when we got this, and that coming out left and right. But I played it, and it just sucked. And there was glitches. It was just such an unfinished game. And I'm thinking, and I normally don't complain about these things, it's kind of the norm now. I'm thinking, how in the fuck do you think this is acceptable to give out to your consumers? Literally. Is the one and only time I was genuinely
they already
like, what the fuck?
The thing is, they already got your money.
No, it came out for free on Game Pass.
Oh, well, that's probably why it came out.
Well,
for
no,
free.
you can if you can still go to the store and buy it, but if you're an Xbox Ultimate Pass member like myself, because I'm cool, you get Game Pass for the year.
Sure.
I'm very cool.
Keep going.
Hey,
Sure.
but I'm just saying. But it was so unfinished, it was so undone, and then I would say 2 weeks ago, I was at work. It's late night. I'm just scrolling through a bunch of gaming news and just reading shit because I'm waiting to kill time on the clock. And then I see this thing on a website, and it says, big patch for Redfall. And I'm thinking, 3 people probably still play this game. It's been months. It came out in a horrific state, like just completely. Now, I don't expect a game not to have its flaws when it launches, if a hiccup here and there. But this game was just god awful. And it's like, why did this happen? Why do we as consumers continuously tolerate this stuff? This is a bad product. I am not satisfied.
They keep buying it.
I know, and it just when we say enough, Jared?
When people start to realize that this shit is becoming to be bullshit. That's why.
And so it kind of brings me to, since you brought it up, it kind of brings me to Starfield. Now, obviously, I have not played Starfield yet. I would like to. But I have a catalog of games I'm kind of playing at the moment. I wouldn't say a catalog. I have enough. And I've read mixed things about it. Some people were like, hey, it's really cool. It's very ambitious, but it's empty. Like, it's an empty type of game.
Yeah. And
then some people just absolutely love it. So I asked a couple of my online buddies, one of my Halo buddies in particular. Shout out to Simply the Best.
I don't know if those are the best guys to ask, but go ahead.
No, trust me. This
no, I'm talking about the fact that they're Halo fans.
No.
That's questionable to me.
This is not. No, but he's somebody who's played a lot of games in his life. I've played games with this guy for many years, so I trust his opinion. And a couple of the other guys I asked, I said, hey, I saw him playing it, and I sent him a message, and I was like, hey, how do you like it? And he said, hey, man, it's not that I don't like it. He said, it just feels empty. Yeah. Like, it's just like these big, vast worlds. And I will tell you, the one thing that kind of turned me away from not playing it when it came out is that, one, I'm playing again a few games, and it's a very big game. So if I want to dedicate time to it, I will. But there's no like mini map in the game, like, and that to me blows my
It's
fucking
supposed
mind.
to be immersive.
Well, which is fine, but I don't know. Again, I haven't played it yet, so I don't know if I'd like it or not. But I understand they're trying to make it as realistic as possible.
Gotcha. Shout out to Epic. Thank you for the 10 gifted.
Thanks, buddy.
If you got a gifted sub, then please thank him. And he said F advertisements. I'm like, hey man, this is the way of the world these days. So
Do we work in advertisements? We're like one giant advertisement for the greatest podcast in North America,
I
the
mean,
world,
we
soon
are.
to be Cuba. You know it.
I watch a lot of streams, and I'll see people like it'd be especially GTA roleplay. So like some good thing is about to happen, and then you see everybody in the chat like, "Fuck, I got an ad, I got ads," and they get mad about how many ads they get. I'm like, well, if you sub, you don't have to see ads.
Yeah, no, and I will tell you, ads are. I think ads are almost worse than commercials, dude.
It's the same thing.
I know
it's the
same-
equivalent of a commercial.
Oh, I know it's the same thing, but I just feel like
Okay,
ads,
but before you say what you're about to say, remember that we're playing ads during this live broadcast right now.
I know.
Because if we didn't, then we'd be still broke. I mean, we're still broke.
Yeah, we're pretty broke, folks. Help us out, please. Anyway, what I was gonna say is, I feel like with commercials, you can anticipate the commercial coming. You know what I'm saying? Like when like a scene happens in a movie, I know it's gonna go to commercial.
Yeah,
right
I don't
after.
watch movies on television anymore.
Well, I know, but I am comparing it to something you would watch on TNT
When we were getting older.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't watch regular TV, so go ahead. Go ahead with your peasant story.
It's not a peasant story. And then with ads, I just feel like they just happen abruptly. Like I'm just watching something, boom, ad, boom, ad. There's no like build up to the ad. It's just there.
Why should there be a buildup?
I don't know. I just can tell. Like I know when I watch a movie that's on basic cable or whatever standard television channel, I know I can feel when the commercial is
You
coming.
hear this old man fucking
I can sense it in my
get
bones.
off my lawn, kids.
Dude, I can sense it in my bones that the commercial is coming. With ads, they just come up whenever. I could be watching you or Greg or somebody chop somebody to bits and then just boom, ad. I'm not going to get to see the cool stuff.
Yes, you will. What the fuck are you
The
talking
ads
about?
well, they do, but they happen at the worst time. Commercials, I can anticipate. Ads, I cannot.
What are you talking about? If the thing is gonna Jesus Christ, like I understand what you're saying with Twitch. Like you're gonna miss stuff because it's gonna the stream is gonna keep going regardless. But if you're watching something on YouTube and you get an ad, that fucking thing that you're watching on YouTube is gonna pause. The ad's gonna play. You can either skip it or watch it or go to the thing and do whatever you because you're
Yeah.
interested in a product. But then it'll resume where you left off.
I know that. I know that. So I misspoke. What I'm saying is it doesn't have like it just happens randomly, I feel. There's no like
It's an algorithm.
there's like no like timed pause in
Plus-
between them.
Plus, people can adjust in their videos. They can chop it up. Like when I put it on the hours on YouTube, I don't chop it up, and I could go through and like, you know what? I think an ad would go here. I think an ad could go here. But sometimes it's just the algorithm. Like, all right, well, we're gonna put the ad here because this has been a most popular spot where people. It can sense all that shit where people have come in or skipped to or whatever.
I gotcha.
So it's not random. And sometimes it could be random if they don't have enough data, whatever you want to call it.
Data bank.
Tomato. Then it could just be random at any time. But I mean, again, if you really don't want to see the ads, you can subscribe or you can. Yeah, that's it.
All right. So that is the ad battle that happens in
Or
my mind.
if you just fucking man up, you can sometimes you just skip them, especially on YouTube. You skip them. Like they
Yeah.
give you 5 minutes or 5 seconds, and then you skip.
I do a lot of skipping. I won't lie to you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I have noticed though on Facebook ads on videos, they used to like stop in the middle of it. Like, and bro, if the fucking ad's like a minute and a half, or 2:30 or some shit,
Yeah.
there's no need for you to put a fucking ad in the middle of that shit.
Yeah.
Like, every time that shit used to happen, I'd be like, boop. I would
Yeah.
hit it, and I like just because I'm like letting these motherfuckers know, and I don't know if everybody does that, but I'm letting them know like this is a bad place to put an ad.
Yeah.
Now, what I've noticed recently, what they do is they put it at the very end where you can't tell whether there's going to be more of the video or if it's over. And you more than likely, more than not, it's the end of the video.
Yeah.
But it's like, phew, it's over. Let's play this ad. Da, 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 da. And then you're like, oh,
Yeah,
shit.
you know
so
what
you
you
have
are.
to watch the whole fucking ad to realize that the fucking video is not over. They do some sneaky shit these days, bro. I'm telling you.
Dude, fucking marketing and their fucking billions and billions upon billions.
Exactly.
Of dollars.
Epic. Fight the power. Donate subs.
Donate subs. Get us up there. That way we can take over the White House.
You can also buy merch. That helps too.
Buying merch, taking over the White House. I mean, what could not be better, folks? Seriously. I mean, who doesn't really want to overthrow the government?
And to be honest, we don't even get that much from the ads they play on Twitch.
Well, one day we're going to have
It's
better
like
ads.
15 cents.
Hey. So it's funny you say that. I actually had about $90 in my Apple wallet that I guess over the course of time, someone's like, RJ, here's $10 for a
People
beer.
probably send it to you.
Yeah, and I've never used it. And I was just scrolling today, and I went to my mom had my wallet for some reason. And I was like, oh, shit, I don't have my credit card. I was like, oh, yeah, I got my Apple Pay. I got my stuff. But then I was scrolling. I was about to use my credit card. And I saw I had the Apple money, and I just felt so happy. So what I'm saying is that I don't know how long that's been there like that, but I'm glad I had it. So
Probably been a while if you didn't, because it's not like you get a lot of it.
no, not at all.
I only get some because I have an Apple card, and whenever I use my Apple card, I get a
Like-
percentage of cash back.
Yeah, like a reward system essentially.
Yeah.
No, but I was happy. I was like, oh shit, I've got just I want to say I want to say free $90, but I would call it free since I didn't realize
It's
I had
free.
it.
Sometimes people will send it to you, like through your phone number, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, through your phone number, because if you have an iPhone, then they can send it through that, and like they may just send it to you for your birthday. You didn't realize it.
Yeah. And I think honestly, since mine was so recent, I think that's might have been what that kind of was. Like somebody maybe it's like, hey, here's
Yeah, because I
$15.
barely use Cash App. Oh shit, is this coming up? Oh no, this is coming up. If Londa's still in here, are you watching the UFC right now? Because my buddy, I don't know. I think I told you one time a while ago that Super Sadiq Yusuf. Actually, he was on the 200th episode.
yeah, big shout out to him.
He is fighting tonight. Well, on Monday, if you're not watching this, you won't know that it's tonight, October 14th. He is fighting Edson Barbosa, and this is a big fight because Edson Barbosa was potentially still is a beast. So this is a big fight for him.
Yeah, so big ups to our buddy Super Sadiq Yusuf. Good luck tonight. Whoop some ass, man. We'll be cheering for you. Mad scientist.
He's not paying attention to this.
I'm just saying, hey, maybe one day.
Well, no, I'm saying he's
Oh, yeah,
he's
well,
warming up right now.
Oh, I know, no. He's in go mode, but the Mad
Put
Scientist
the
Lab
silver, so maybe
got your back. Hold on, I gotta scratch my ear, folks. That was kind of random when you wear these headphones all the time. The ones that are too big or too small for my gigantic head.
whatever.
So, Jared, I know that you are going here in the future, in the near future.
Yeah. We're not going there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh. I just thought it was,
No.
Okay.
I'll tell you reasons later.
Of course. Because, like, most of the time on the show, I speak without thinking. Like,
That bottle, man.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I didn't know what you were pointing at. Sorry.
Well, I was pointing at that.
Yeah, then, okay, sorry about that. Let me get my rings off. Let's go. No, but what were we discussing? The fall of, overthrowing the government. Let's do it, folks.
What?
Yeah.
Look, the views of RJ are not the views of the Mad Scientist Lab. What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, when Epic was like, fight the man, and you were like, yeah, get those subs, and I was like, yeah, let's take over the White House. And, like, honestly, what real American does not want to overthrow the government?
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about because a lot of motherfuckers believe in all this shit. There's people who believe that the government does no wrong.
Really?
Bro, are you insane? I was like, wait, what the fuck is this guy talking about?
No,
and
of course.
And then you obviously turn it to fucking politics, like as usual. You know, you're the one that brings politics up all the time, right?
I know, and I just want to overthrow the government. That's all. Is that really political?
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
The fuck is you? What?
Just asking. Just making sure.
And again, the views of RJ are not the views of the Mad Scientist Lab podcast. Don't come to my house fucking trying to fucking interrogate me for this fucking
dude
domestic terrorism.
Okay, so speaking of interrogation, right? All right. I swear this is not going anywhere inappropriate. I recently completed the 100% completion achievement in Grand Theft Auto 5's campaign mode. And one of the very last things I had to do to get everything done was to achieve 70 gold missions in story mode. Get a gold medal for, I guess, doing whatever the requirements are.
Sounds boring, but go ahead.
No, it's actually fun replaying through the missions. You can do it as many times.
The missions are one thing, but no, I have no interest in going to get gold everything.
It's not as difficult as it sounds. But regardless, and I'm sure a lot of people are familiar who have played Grand Theft Auto 5, the mission in where you actually torture somebody as Trevor. And I do remember when it initially came out, it was very, very controversial at the time because you basically have a guy that's strapped to a chair. You can hook up jumper cables to him, electrocute him, and you basically have to interrogate this guy. But if you overdo it, his heart stops, and you have to pump him with adrenaline. And
that's real life. It
is. Which is fine. But I was just replaying this mission because, believe it or not, it's one of the easier missions to get a gold medal on.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just playing it, and I've fucking putting the jumper cables on the guy's chest, shocking him, and then I'm whacking him with the fucking big wrench, and then pulling his tooth out, and then I waterboard him.
Hold on. You were whacking him?
Whacking him with the wrench.
Okay.
The big wrench.
Okay.
Jay, here, let's make it more awkward. Why not?
No, it's already awkward.
Is it? Anyway, so, but I remember playing it, and I was thinking, man, dude, this is like some pretty hardcore shit for a video game, right? But I do remember how controversial the mission was when it first came out, but it did not give you the ability to skip it, as opposed to, going back to Call of Duty, the original Modern Warfare 2's mission in the airport when you kill a bunch of Americans as a undercover terrorist or something.
Not gonna lie, I felt some type of way when I first played that, but then after a while I was like, you know what, this seems kind of fun.
Yeah, it's so for anybody out there, and I'm sure we're all kind of aware of it, especially
Are we sure
gamers.
Those were Americans?
Yes, that's why it gave you there's actually a warning when you load up Modern Warfare 2 for the very first time that says, hey, there is a mission within the campaign that depicts the loss of American life. You know, it gives a warning.
Okay.
And says you hit A to accept and play through this mission, or hit
I
B
remember that. Yeah. I was like, of course. It still felt some type of way about doing it.
And I will tell you, it was, I don't want to say it's like a game changer or anything like that, but it really, for the time, it was a little uncomfortable when the first time I played it.
Yep.
And I know video games they're just works of fiction and all that.
Well, it also makes you realize that sometimes you got to see things from the other side and not just think your side is always the correct side.
No, and I 100% agree with that.
Hence,
I do.
A lot of what's going on these days. I'm not going to get into it.
No, I won't either, just for your own benefit. No.
Good.
Damn it.
That's looks like your normal life there. Can't finish.
Shut up. Anyway, no, but I did have a little bit of uncomfort when I played it the first time. If I were to play it again, but it is kind of crazy.
Oh, no, I just mowed the motherfucker. I played it again since then.
Yeah. Well, because you got this giant LMG and you just spray away.
Yeah.
And it's pretty wild, dude, what video games are. And what do you think something like that before 9/11, okay, would have been not nearly as, I guess, cautioned, so to speak? Like, I'm just feeling because of, the events of September 11th and the way the world kind of used terrorism after the fact,
I don't think that has anything to do with it.
You don't
Because
think so?
terrorism has been around
Well, I know that,
forever.
but I understand that. What I'm saying is, I just feel the world got obviously. Well, it did. Got way different post 9/11, and so I'm just saying. Do you think before that, if that occurred, a level like this would
It
have
got
been
different for a time. I don't think it's that much different now. The only difference between then and now is the fact that when I was growing up, you could go to anywhere in the airport. Now you have to go through security, and you have to have a flight to go past the security checkpoint.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, it was just willy nilly. Everybody walked to wherever
Yeah.
the fuck they want. Everybody, we're gonna go visit this person and drive. There's no fuck. It wasn't stopping in the fucking or dropping people off at the fucking the front,
Yeah.
and then they go in and you drive off. It was like people parked and actually went in and saw their family members off.
Yeah, dude. Man. Simpler times. Folks.
Other than that, I don't really think there's that much difference. I mean, there's very few things that are, except for maybe like the Patriot Act stuff and all
Yeah.
that. But I don't think it's really that much different now. Of course, back during that, and the thing that you could tell that makes it not that much different, because before that, people were divided, like Republicans, Democrats, and whatevers. But then after that happened, everybody's like, "Oh, kumbaya, we're all Americans," and then now we're back to the fuck the other side shit.
Yeah, no, it does kind of. It was pretty cool when everybody was kind of like, united.
But it's the only way to do that is to have some wild shit happen.
Yeah, no, it's very unfortunate. I could not agree with you with any more statement that you ever said. And that's
Hence what we're talking about across the pond.
yeah, that's just terrible.
There's a lot of division around that whole entire thing. But I think people aren't realizing because I'm seeing some shit that like from organizations that like should just not even touch it
Yeah,
are touching it, and it's like, oh, you forgetting there's an entire different dynamic that nobody's talking about or people haven't heard because they choose either not to look at the other side, or they just choose to only believe, again, what their government tells them to believe. I'm trying to be very careful what I say. Again, there's no space for taking innocent people's lives. That's hands down. Don't do that. You can't do that.
no, not at all.
But some people taking a firm response on whatever side it is not the right way to approach the situation. The situation has been like that for a long time.
Okay.
So, as cryptic as that sounds, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about.
Of course.
But I'm not gonna sit here and blame, I'm here or I'm here, because that's not what the situation is.
I got you.
And it's not our even place to even say what our situation is, because again, it's been going on for shit damn near thousands of years now.
We live in strange times, my friend.
Yep. Well, no, this is not the first time this has happened. Not in my lifetime.
Well, it's probably not mine either. Then
I mean, you're probably really young, but bro, like this happens a lot, and it's not always in the news. That's the thing. This one was just bigger than
Yeah.
usual.
Oh no, and I don't expect every little thing to be covered. Well, I don't want to call it little by any means.
You know what? I think that now that I think about it, I'm sorry not to cut you
No,
off.
no, you're
now
fine.
that I think about that, I think that's why certain places or organizations or people have been such firmly planted in whatever side, is because they don't realize that this has happened before. This happens all the time on both sides.
Yeah.
But one side's talked about more than the other. One side has more political agenda. It's a whole lot of shit.
I got you.
And that's the thing I want people to understand. Like, learn about the entire situation before you say, I put my flag here.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
of course.
That's all I'm saying.
And to Jared's credit, folks, and to everybody else's, I wouldn't say credit, but for your own well-being and just state of life, so to speak, you should apply that to everything you do before you make sides.
Yeah.
Hear people out.
No, you don't have to make sides. There's no
No.
such look at things objectively. Critical thinking is something that I don't think is taught in schools. Clearly, because if it was, especially not American schools, Jesus Christ, some motherfuckers just go whatever what the teacher says is correct.
Dude,
Ah!
I feel like the young kids.
The teacher's trying to give you whatever their opinion of what their life is, and if they've been fucking brought up in some wild ass shit, then they're gonna have that wild ass opinion.
That's a good question, Jared. Let me ask you. We've had teachers on. We've had all sorts of people who were within the school system, and you yourself have been a substitute at one point. Let me ask you. Do you think with that being said, have you ever had a teacher that kind of taught their own views as opposed to history or whatever it is abroad, to help you as a young person to form your own opinion and learn,
That's a tough question because you're making me think about every fucking teacher I've ever had.
Yeah, no, and I would have to think about it too. But it does beg the question because I do feel, at least in this day and age, and maybe it is because it's on TV more often, or if it is teachers nowadays pushing any type of agenda on their students.
Well,
I feel like it's more common now.
Here. Okay, I'll put it this way. I'm sure I have, and I'm sure, actually, yeah. Now that I think about one, but when you're in it, it's just like an abusive relationship. When you're in it, you don't realize that you're being abused.
I got you.
Abused. It sounded like it cut me off. But when you get out of it and you've had time to, I don't want to say heal, but grow from the situation, then you realize like, oh, that's what that was. But you have to be kind of, again, I've been thinking about this a lot lately, and I hear about it a lot. Is people being self-aware, but that's critical thinking. You're just self-awareness is just critical thinking about yourself, and not saying I'm thinking about myself in a selfish way. Thinking about like, yo, am I the fucked up one in the situation, or is this just this person just projecting their bullshit onto me?
Yeah, no. I think we.
But
I
then
understand
you
that.
also have to realize, hey, I maybe had fucked up in this situation. What do I do to make it so next time I'm approached with this? I forgot the word that. Or I encounter this situation again. What can I do differently the next time?
Yeah.
Again, that's still critical thinking. It's just, it's self-aware critical thinking. But if you same thing what we were just talking about, if you don't think about it critically and you just say, oh, well, the news told me I should believe this, that's where you're fucking up.
Oh yeah, no,
Because they got fucking their own opinions that they're trying to fucking brush off, or whatever their corporate sponsorship is that's paying them a whole bunch of money to hey, lean a little this way.
Yeah.
Because that's what the news is these days.
Oh yeah. Oh god, dude. Don't worry. We don't watch it anymore. It's not.
Yeah, I haven't watched the news in a minute.
Yeah, the hell with that.
Somebody be like, have you heard about this? Nah.
I don't know anything. Let's put it this way. Oh, excuse me, folks. Put it this way. I've heard more about, and I'm not going to elaborate anymore after this statement, but I've heard more about fucking Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce in the last several weeks.
That's
than I
because
have.
you're a fucking watch all sports shit.
Well, yeah, it's true. Well, this is true. I guess it is because of what I'm watching, but I feel like I know more about that than anything that's besides.
I don't know
post-current.
nothing about that shit, nor do I give a fuck.
No, I don't give a fuck either. It's
Fuck
work.
him, fuck her. They don't mean shit to me. Period.
They don't do
As
us
they say,
anything.
as the ladies say, period.
With the T at the end. Period.
I'm not going that far.
Period.
That's not a word.
Period. Well, I know it's not a word, but apparently that's how it's spelled.
That's not a word.
I know it's not a word. I'm just telling you that's
I don't care.
the way that they choose to spell it.
I don't care.
I know. I was just elaborating on what you were saying.
That's like all the people who type THO all the time.
Oh God, no! What there was? Okay, this is good. So there was a time, when you text somebody, something we do all the time. There's certain abbreviations and certain slang.
Oh, by the way, stop sending me fucking 50 messages for one fucking thing that you can put in a fucking paragraph,
What do you mean?
bro.
Oh, you mean for the description?
No. When you fucking text me, you send like 3 or 4 messages.
Oh, that's how I text, dude. Sorry.
Yeah, don't do that.
No, I feel like if I send like one long one, it looks like angry.
It's not one long one. It's 4 lines.
I know,
But you made it longer, and now you're fucking. I gotta hear.
Well, I just want you to know that I care.
Bro, just send me a fucking paragraph.
Well, and I was talking to somebody at the same time. I was multitasking. Because I can do that, despite popular belief.
All right, back. You're not multitasking. You cannot. Shut up.
I can.
Okay, go back to what you were saying. This motherfucker cannot multitask.
I can. I'm very good at it.
I'll give you a perfect example of why you can't. I came in the building in the door. I say hi to your mom. I say what's up to you. You say what's up to me. You're still texting. Like, we got to start the show, and I'm just standing there like, are we gonna move? And then your mom was like, RJ, Jared's here. She was like, I know, I just said hi to him. I'm like, well, motherfucker, we on fucking schedule here.
Well, geez, sorry I had to work on my off day.
And then you come down here and you want to tell me your fucking entire story as I'm putting the shit together. You want to tell me the entire story while standing. Like, okay, you can talk and sit at the same time.
I stand all day. It's just habit.
It's not habit. It's lack of multitasking.
No, I can multitask. Trust
Okay,
me.
all
Very
right.
good at it.
Get back to your point.
I don't know what my point is anymore, Jared.
I don't either.
It's just that I'm sort of dumb. Possibly. Very much so.
I'll stay quiet.
Stay quiet. But I will say this: I'm doing pretty good with my sober October. Oh, sorry, habit. See, look at me multitasking.
That's not habit. How's that a habit?
I don't know. Just putting a drink on a table. I mean, I feel like it's muscle memory.
Just
200,
203 episodes, you should know that you can't put it in front of the camera.
Yeah, but we're talking. We're having a great time together in each other's presence.
Again, back to my point. Not able to multitask. Or if you can, it's very rare.
But I'm good at it. I'm good at it. Put it that
Okay.
way.
Okay.
Or I attempt to be good at it. Who doesn't want to be good at things? But regardless, being good at things takes time, something that we have a lot of because we have 203 episodes of this podcast,
I'm trying to go watch this fight.
and we want to go cheer on our buddy Super Sadiq Yusuf. Kick some ass. And so with that being said, folks, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to episode 203. Yes, 203 episodes of this here Mad Scientist Lab podcast. As always, it is I, RJ the Pizza Guy, along with Jared, the visual mad scientist. You can catch us every Saturday live at 6:30 p.m. here on Twitch.
It's on ESPN Plus, or I think it might be on ESPN too. So go check it out.
Yeah, please check it
It's
out.
live right now. Well, he's the last fight of the night. So.
We know that guy. He's famous.
Yeah.
What I was going to say is you can catch us anywhere you get your podcasts for the audio. That is Apple Music, Spotify. Make sure you tune in on YouTube every Monday at 9 a.m. for the visual. And as always, folks, please like, share, comment, subscribe, review, and be safe. And we will see you guys later.
And you all smell like, never mind, sweet cherries. I guess.
Sweet cherries.
Peace.
Hit you so hard you won't see nothing. Ever, 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 ever.
Audio Skulls all day.
The merit scientist forever. The merit scientist forever. The merit scientist forever. The merit scientist forever.
You can't have an opinion on something that you haven't even tried.
The merit scientist